Okay, let's verify a trigonometric identity. So we want to start with a more difficult looking side. On this one, the left-hand side definitely looks more difficult than the right-hand side. First thing I always like to do is replace anything that's not a sine or a cosine, rewrite it in terms of sine and cosine. So I'll try to do this one step at a time and kind of show you the work as we go. Now everything's multiplied together up here. So I'm going to replace the cosecant with 1 over sine. And I can do that based on the reciprocal identity. So I'll try to write these identities, which one I'm using as we go. So cosecant is defined to be 1 over sine. Next, I'm going to go ahead and bring along the cosine of theta. And then finally, we can replace the tangent of theta with sine over cosine. So sine of theta over cosine of theta. And the identity that we utilize there is sometimes referred to as the quotient identity. Okay, so that's where the tangent of theta disappeared and sine of theta over cosine of theta appeared from. Next, it's really just a bunch of algebra to simplify this down the rest of the way. I'm going to visualize this as cosine of theta over 1. So everything's a fraction. I'm going to go ahead and multiply fractions together by multiplying numerators, 1 times cosine times sine. So that makes cosine of theta multiplied by sine of theta up in our numerator. And then for our denominator, sine times 1 times cosine gives us sine of theta multiplied by cosine of theta. Bringing along the 1, we really don't need to. All right, from here, the simplifying down basically goes as we have a sine in the numerator and a sine in the denominator, both being multiplied by the entire numerator and the entire denominator. So I can kind of group those as sine over sine makes 1. And then cosine in the numerator and a cosine in the denominator. Cosine over cosine makes 1 as well. So as I'm kind of canceling these out, whenever I cross 1 out, I can put a 1 in that place. So basically we have 1 times 1 for our numerator over 1 times 1 in our denominator. Of course, 1 divided by 1 makes 1. Therefore, we've verified this identity. We've got it to looking just like the right-hand side. So hopefully this makes sense. As you go through step by step, I like replacing everything in terms of sine and cosine, and then just using algebra skills to simplify down from there. Hope this helps. Good luck.